Saudi Arabia has just been hit. The crown jewel of the global energy market, Saudi Aramco, was reportedly struck by Iranian Shahed 136 drones, igniting fires at a refinery, producing nearly 500,000 barrels per day. Within hours, Saudi fighter jets launched retaliatory strikes on Iranian oil infrastructure in the Ahvaz region, targeting pipelines critical to Iran's crude exports. What began as a single strike has rapidly escalated into something far bigger, not just a military confrontation, but a full-scale energy crisis unfolding in real time. Unconfirmed reports indicate additional incidents across the Gulf. Refineries allegedly struck in Kuwait, a tanker burning off Bahrain's coast, another vessel hit near Oman, and a water desalination facility targeted in Qatar. There are also claims that navigation systems in the Strait of Hormuz have been disrupted, threatening nearly 20 million barrels of daily oil shipments. If accurate, this would represent one of the most severe shocks to global energy flows in modern history. The European Union has already called for urgent energy assessments as oil prices climb and financial markets react. But this conflict extends beyond infrastructure. The United States has increased its regional military posture, while the United Kingdom and France have signaled readiness to defend Allied assets. Reports suggest damage to multiple installations across the Gulf, and rising concerns within defense circles about the scale and coordination of missile and drone attacks. Airspace closures in Jordan and Iraq, along with thousands of flight cancellations across Gulf airports, indicate how quickly the situation is spiraling beyond a contained confrontation. Strategically, analysts argue that Iran understands the conventional military imbalance it faces against a coalition that could include the US, Israel, Britain, France, and several Gulf states. Rather than seeking outright military victory, Tehran may be aiming to expand the conflict's economic and political costs, driving up global energy prices, straining Western alliances, and testing domestic political resolve in Washington and Europe. Every damaged tanker, every disrupted supply chain, and every reported casualty adds pressure not only on battlefields, but within parliaments and election cycles. Meanwhile, Gulf states face their own dilemma. Publicly joining a broader war risks expanding the battlefield. Staying quiet risks appearing vulnerable. The memory of previous regional escalations and questions about long-term security guarantees shape every decision being made behind closed doors. Markets are reacting instantly. Oil prices rising, gold surging. Emerging market currencies under pressure. Investors are moving fast, pricing in uncertainty that could last weeks or months. The deeper uncertainty lies inside Iran itself. Leadership transitions, internal political calculations, and the role of the Revolutionary Guard all introduce variables that outside observers cannot fully measure. When rhetoric shifts from deterrence to existential struggle, predictability disappears. Intelligence agencies, think tanks, and governments are now operating on rapidly changing assumptions. 72 hours into this crisis, the trajectory remains unclear. It could de-escalate through back-channel diplomacy, or it could widen into a prolonged regional conflict, reshaping the Middle East and global energy architecture for a generation. What is certain is this: the Gulf is no longer watching from the sidelines. The world's most vital energy corridor is under strain. Global markets are on edge, and the next move, from any side, could determine whether this remains a regional confrontation or becomes a defining geopolitical crisis of our time.